recording?
You're live.
All right, we are at the Village of Minerva Park, January 25th, 2024, 7 p.m., 7:01 p.m. council meeting, and we will start with roll call. We have Councilperson Grant.
Present.
Councilperson Martin.
Here.
Councilperson McNamara.
Present.
Council President Camera.
Here.
And Councilperson Passion and Councilperson Cost are both excused. All right, next we have Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next we have meeting minutes from January 11th, 2024.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions? All right, and do we have any citizen comments? Do we have citizens here? Do they want to speak? They just want to wait. Okay. All right, we will move straight into legislation.
All right, moving into legislation, a fairly short docket today. We have ordinance 02-2024, an ordinance enacting a municipal motor vehicle license fee pursuant to section 4504.06 of the Ohio Revised Code. This is a second reading, so we will go ahead and continue. This is now ordinance 03-2024, an ordinance enacting a municipal motor vehicle license fee pursuant to sections 4504.17, 4504.171, 4504.172, and 4504.173 of the Ohio Revised Code. And again, this is just a second reading. And this, for those listening at home, is the slight fee increase for vehicle licenses that money will be used in the village for municipal projects. So the benefit will be tangible to our residents. We are going to go ahead and move on to resolution 2024-01, a resolution adopting the rules of council for the council of the village of Minerva Park for 2024. And this is a second reading, so we'll go ahead and continue. Lastly for tonight, we have resolution 2024-06. This is a resolution to approve the acceptance of sponsorships for the Minerva Park Pool. This is just the first reading. For those listening at home, resolution 2024-06 is the legally authorizing framework for the accepting of sponsors for the Minerva Park Pool. We're going to go ahead and try that out this year, see if we can find a mutually beneficial agreement with local businesses. And that?
Can I jump in on that?
Certainly.
So you may have seen in the updated packet, there's two versions of that. I had worked with Barb on it, and as I started reviewing into it a little deeper, it occurred to me that if we're going to enact a policy on sponsorships for the pool, we might as well make a uniform policy for sponsorships for the whole village. And so there is an amended version, and we'll make sure that that's in. If everyone here is agreeable to it, we'll make sure that that is the version for reading, for the second reading next time. And what that essentially does is it protects us, us being the village, from sort of content-based arguments. So if we find some group that applies to become a sponsor for the pool is inapt or opposite to the village's viewpoint on anything, we have a right to deny them without worrying about some type of off-the-wall First Amendment claim. So, and frankly, this allows us to create sponsorships for far more than the second version. So we just put that in place. I think obviously the first year is going to be a tester run on the pool, the website, and the actual pool facility, and then after that we can sort of adopt it for one-off programs, buildings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just think it's a more comprehensive plan. So I think it's good. It's a good step.
Wonderful. So look to see resolution 2024-06 in that format for the second and final readings.
All right.
That concludes legislation for this evening, Madam Mayor.
All right, do we have any old business? I'm going to do mine in between old business and new business. So, Just a couple really quick things. I know we don't have a lot of people here right now, so I'm going to say it tonight, and I'm going to say it next week as well, or in 2 weeks, whenever we're back. We have found that many people are not signing in for the meeting, so if you do want to speak, you must sign in on the sign-in sheet that will be at the door. And then we have the signs for the pavilion is, we're working on the signage that is the rules and regulations. So we have the basketball court has their own rules and regulations, and then of course over at the pavilion. So we want to get those finalized. I'm going to bring that to you guys on the first work session, so you guys can go over and we want to get those ordered before spring break. And we really just want to match. Last but not least, we have had a very large amount of people wanting to rent this room, which is phenomenal. That's exactly, that was our hope when we designed the building. This is also, I think we just need to talk about it February 1st in our work session, so this is just to give you guys a heads up. We've had some small groups that live in the village that would like to rent the room on a weekly basis. Some of those people have requested for the weekends. Our thought to that is if we do that every single Friday night, then you're never going to be able to rent the room to other people. And with these small groups, we were looking at potentially not charging some of them because some of them are non-profit. So in order to do that, we would obviously try to avoid the high Friday night, Saturday night, Sundays. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that because again, we have had, and Barbie can help me on this, but we have had groups as far as, sewing groups or something along those lines. So we're just talking about people that are able to use the facility for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just to be able to come get together. We're not talking about parties or anything like that. So we want to make sure as many small groups can be able to use this and not have a cost to it. So we do want to try to avoid the weekends, but I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about that on February 1st. So just start thinking about it. These are all things that have come up as we continue to move forward. Because again, the request from this room has been, I think Barb said that we did more rentals in January than we did in all of last year. Or not last year, but the last year we had this building. So that's pretty phenomenal.
It just goes to show how much of an asset it is for the community.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, we want to make sure that as many people can use it as possible. So we're just trying to figure out how to coordinate this to where we can get other people in here, but not using our Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and keeping those open for larger events. But if you guys think that we should just have small groups in there on Fridays, then that's up to you guys. So I just kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. And that's it. That's all I have. That's my old business and new business combined in one. Does anybody have any old business or new business? Eric? No, I'm looking at Jessica and I'm saying Eric.
Thank you, Mayor. I know there have been some email traffic and questions about items in the public right-of-way. Councilperson Kamara has already requested to put it on the agenda for the next work session. I'll make sure I get a finalized agenda out to you about that. The long and the short of it, and I just want to get this on record, is that the public right-of-way is property owned by the municipality. So what may appear to be someone's front yard or side yard is not necessarily their front yard or side yard. You can go to the auditor's website, you can pull property lines, and it shows that off the center line of the road, there's usually about 30 feet on either side. And that extends into what appears to be someone's yard. It is more of a property issue than a code issue. It's the city's property, the village's property. And so if items are in that right-of-way that are causing public safety issues, frankly, if they're in it at all, it is up to the village to decide how it wants to allow items to sit in their property. Now, I think all have acknowledged that we should probably have a discussion about this, which I think Councilman Kamara has mentioned, just to examine how we enforce that. But the village is legally permitted, and in some cases obligated, to ensure the public safety by making sure the right-of-way, which is village-owned property, is not obstructed. So I just want to get that on the record. It's not a code issue per se. You'll find many villages or cities don't have a code section that regulates it. It's a property ownership issue. We own the property, we can control what's sitting in it.
Right away, we jump in right away, goes back a long ways even before the existence of the United States. It's a Kings Road kind of motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's even beyond your standard public property, like this, the parkland is public property. The right of way is that we have certain obligations to the right of way that extend far back beyond our beginning of our history.
Talking like medieval law.
Common law, that King's law.
That's all.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be a good discussion next week. I'll bring a memo that sort of says what I just said, and we can discuss how we want to enforce that.
Perfect. All right. Old business, new business.
I will share that, the new pool chairs have shipped, and they should be here, in the next week or so, 50 new chairs.
Super exciting.
I know, it's very exciting.